God damn it. Arthur always says I'm lucky.
I asked in the community tab where you would like to live on the map, and I said if we got enough comments we would make a video. And oh boy, did you guys have a lot to say on that subject. We got so many comments, we need to separate videos by region. Here are your thoughts on Blackwater and New Austin. Let's check in with John and he'll give us a tour. Jackson Kang Chie Chow writes, I grew up in a Saint Denis type of city, however I enjoy much more of a Blackwater atmosphere. Not too insanely busy but just convenient, upscale and fun enough. These days though I feel like I'm living in Armadillo. I know how you feel, Jackson, but those days will pass, believe me. Old Humble Arthur Morgan writes, for me it has to be Beecher's Hope. Close proximity to Blackwater, which offers a barber, butcher's, tailor, and saloon, all very useful services to have so close to you, and also the amazing scenery surrounding the ranch, what with the lush tall trees forest only a few yards away and the upper Montana River. The weather would always be warm and trips to Big Valley would be very common to get a taste of those lovely mountaintop views. Very well said, friend, and I really like how practical and seriously some of you took this question. And Osman Ghazi commented, Blackwater or Valentine, they both have open country, beautiful plains and hills. Yes, so beautiful and yet so dangerous, but to be fair, there are dangers all over the map. Anya Riker writes, definitely somewhere near Blackwater. I love that country, the Mustangs, and the endless supply of things to see and animals to hunt. It's also where we first met Sean, my favorite character, LOL. I agree about the Mustangs, Anya. There are herds of wild horses all over New Austin. Always a treat to see.
Morning. Morning.
You're back. Welcome.
Skyper comments, I would love to live in Blackwater because I like the Wild West, desert, saloons, duels in the middle of town, stuff like that. In Blackwater, I feel like I am in a western, Tombstone, for example. Tombstone is a great movie, friend, and I have to agree. Blackwater does have an Old West Tombstone vibe, though it's a little more developed. And channel moderator Serena Williams writes, I would love to live in Blackwater with my own ranch. I love Blackwater. The city has everything I need, hairdresser, tailors, and hotel. Also, the people there are nice. Never noticed before, Serena, but I suppose you're correct. The people in Blackwater do seem nice. Covert Bandit Zero says, I would live in the historic and wonderful Blackwater. Although the massacre was a truly haunting event that the town will never forget, I'm sure everyone in Saint Denis remembers the horrible bank and trolley robberies. Scary times for the common folk. Anyways, the Wi-Fi here is decent and I really enjoy the desert air, short streets, nice people, the theater, which loves to play direct current 24/7, and they have great prairie chicken at the saloon. I highly recommend it. Come by Blackwater and I guarantee you will have a pleasant time. Very well said, friend, and I agree with you about the Wi-Fi. I would assume Blackwater has the best Wi-Fi you can get in New Austin. Brock R. writes, for me it would have to be Blackwater, because of the great restaurants and nice horses, just like Biscuit. Thank you so much for the help, dude. Love the vids. Keep it up. No worries, Brock. Happy to be there for you. Jason Valenzuela comments, the Great Plains near Blackwater would be perfect. Fantastic sunsets on the Great Plains, Jason. Great choice. While Chapin NYC wonders, I wonder how many people are going to go for Armadillo. I would assume the real estate in Armadillo is really cheap right now. There may be some opportunities there for you, friend. Salty Pineapples, I really like your username, says Blackwater because it has everything I need there. And Tom Greedy comments, Beecher's Hope, because our farm is practically the same and I will always love it. I can agree with that, Tom. Home is where the heart is. Tom26, another Tom, says, I'd go for Blackwater since it's got what I need to survive and it's a nice setting with a lake and wide open spaces. Plus, unlike Saint Denis, there isn't any air pollution. That is an excellent point, Tom. The air in New Austin is clean and free. While Storm Surge 33 writes, I would live in New Austin, to be honest. I love the area and spend most of my time in New Austin. Lots to explore in New Austin. I can understand that perfectly, friend. This video is sponsored by Batmantonio, my second gaming channel where I play every other video game that isn't Red Dead Redemption 2. Like and subscribe for longer format deep dive gaming commentaries where I overanalyze and focus on the details. Little Bay Paint comments, I would love to live near or on McFarland's ranch because of the horses and beautiful landscape. I've been riding in real life for 3 or 4 years now, and it reminds me of home. Feel free to send in photos of your actual horses if you are so inclined, Little Bay Paint. I am certain everyone would be happy to see them. And Secret Sloth writes, somewhere near Tumbleweed because I love the desert and miss living in the Southwest. Tall Trees seems pretty chill too. Tall Trees is pretty chill, friend, and I'm sure the Skinner brothers would agree. Dark says simply, easy, Blackwater. Appreciate your comment there, friend. Thank you. And Joel Soranka writes, I would have to choose the Lake Don Julio house. Loved that spot in the first game and it still looks great. Got fish in the lake, plenty of game nearby, and a great view of Mexico across the San Luis River, not too far away. That is a gorgeous area, Joel. Good choice. I Don't Care Bear, your username made me laugh, comments, Blackwater, I enjoy the hot, dry weather. And Nathaniel Xavier says, I'd live in Blackwater because I love the saloon there. We can play poker and blackjack at the same place with the boldest gamblers. I often spend many in-game days at that saloon. That is a nice saloon. I would compare it to the Rhodes Saloon in terms of quality and service. Great choice, Nathaniel. And finally, James LED21 comments, Blackwater because it's a good size and calm before someone says there is Skinner's, but they don't come into Blackwater. So, yeah. Good point, James. The Skinner brothers aren't that bold, at least not yet. Many thanks to everyone who commented and shared their thoughts and opinions.
God damn it.
I really enjoyed reading them. To be fair, I don't spend enough time post-game with John and Abigail. I always miss Arthur too much. But I can certainly understand the attraction with those iconic desert landscapes, very reminiscent of the American Southwest.
Damn.
I will say that I always feel a great sense of pride and accomplishment when John rides around his ranch. Having survived the game and built up this property from nothing, I like those missions. It's great to see Charles and Uncle again. I was really hoping Charles and Sadie would stick around. They could have built Sadie a little cabin somewhere, and I'd much rather have Charles helping out in the ranch than Uncle. I'm sure Sadie and Abigail would have had some conflicts, but I can live with that. They'll work it out, eventually. Then again, part of me cannot help thinking that this desert air would have been great for Arthur's lungs, and perhaps New Austin, along with the owl trinket and some unspecified as yet undiscovered talisman, may have been enough to save Arthur, so that he and Mary could have had their own ranch and raised horses. That's the epilogue I want to play. However, I will tell you right now, you will never catch Arthur milking a cow, not in any of my games. The only time I ever rage quit this game was in my first playthrough during the Epilogue 1 cow tutorial. After the emotional intensity of Chapter 6, it was really hard for me to slow down and relearn everything with John. I didn't want to start over. Not with John, at least, and I still associate New Austin and Blackwater with the frustration and disappointments of those early playthroughs. I'm just sentimental that way. However, as often happens in life, in this game we did not get the ending we wanted, we got the ending we needed. Arthur knew his time was past, the age of the outlaw was over, and a happy life with Mary and all the horses he ever wanted was not for him. It wasn't in the cards. But he could spend his last moments creating that life for John and Abigail. That's why he's a hero, and that's why the ending is so emotional, and that is why you and I love this game. I'm Super Antonio. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your views. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell for daily Red Dead Redemption 2 content, and we shall meet again. Further on down the trail.
All right! Hot down, Marston!